This section is all about abstract classes and interfaces. Exactly, in this lecture we will see what are abstract classes and what are the rules of abstract classes. Abstract class is a parent class for which we cannot create object. So in your application, whenever you feel that it is not meaningful to create object for the parent class, you can make the parent class as abstract class by adding the abstract keyword to the parent class definition. In this case, abstract is a modifier of the class. But there is no any kind of changes in the child class, so all the syntax and code of the child class is same. In real-world applications, for example, there is a vehicle class which is the parent class of the child classes such as car, bus, etc. can be an example of abstract class. Or you take for example shape is a parent class, the class called circle, rectangle, these are all the child classes. So in this case, as shape cannot exist really without rectangle, circle, etc., you can make the shape class as an abstract class. Because practically you can draw a circle or you can draw a rectangle or polygon. But you cannot draw the shape directly, right? So as it is meaningless to create object of the shape class directly, it is better to make the shape class as abstract class. Notice you cannot create object of the abstract class directly. So the main intention of the abstract class is to provide a common set of fields, properties and methods to all of its corresponding child classes. But directly, abstract class cannot be instantiated in order to call the corresponding methods. So if you want to really use the field, property or method of the parent class, as you cannot directly create object of the abstract class, you can create object of the child class, and through the object of the child class only, you can access any member of the abstract class. The abstract classes can contain all types of members such as fields, properties, methods, constructors, destructors, etc. We can't create object of the abstract classes. So creating the child class is the only way to use the abstract class. If you don't create at least one child class for the abstract class becomes useless. So whenever you feel that a class object cannot exist in the real world without the child classes, you can make such classes as abstract class. For example, there is a parent class called person and there are child classes called employee, customer, etc. You feel that you don't want to create object of the person class directly, but indirectly you want to use the members of the person class by using the corresponding child class objects such as employee, customer, etc. In such cases, you can make that parent class as abstract class. So at that time, the purpose of the parent class, that is person class, is only to provide the common fields, properties and methods of all its corresponding child classes. So what are the common fields, properties, methods that you identify among the employee class and customer class? You can define those common members in the parent class called person. Let's compare the normal class with abstract class. A normal class can be inherited from other classes, and a normal class can inherit from other interfaces. That means a normal class can be a child of another class or another interface. A normal class can be inherited and can be instantiated. That means you can create an object based on the normal class. Here normal class is the regular classes that we create normally. Now coming to abstract classes. the abstract class can be inherited from other classes. That means it can be a child of another class. And also, abstract class can be a child of other interfaces. Both normal class and abstract class can be inherited. That means you can create the child classes based on either normal class or abstract class. But the difference is, you can't create object of the abstract class. This comparison table explains the list of members that can be created in the normal class and in the abstract class. Yes, in the normal class, you can define almost all types of members, including non-static fields, non-static methods, non-static constructors, non-static properties, non-static events, non-static destructors, non-static constants. Here, non-static means which are not static. That means instance fields, instance methods, instance constructors, etc. are called as non-static here. Now coming to the abstract class. In the abstract class, you can define all types of members just like a normal class. That is non-static fields, non-static methods, non-static constructors, etc. up to constants. And as a continuation, in the normal class, you can define almost all types of members, including static fields, static methods, up to non-static indexers, except only one thing, that is abstract methods. But in the abstract class, you can define all types of members, including abstract methods. So overall, what you can understand from this comparison table is, you cannot define abstract methods in the normal classes. I will explain about abstract methods in the next lecture. And as of now, we already know about fields, methods, constructors, properties, static fields, static methods, static constructors, static properties, virtual methods, and auto-implemented properties. We will understand about destructors, events, and indexers in the further sections. In this application, we have a parent class called employee, and we have child classes called manager, and also the salesman class. Now suppose we don't want to create object of the employee class directly, because the word employee is very generic. So always we want to create object of the specific class, such as either manager, salesman, clerk, etc. In such cases, to prevent creation of object of employee class directly, we make the parent class as abstract class. So the immediate effect is that we cannot directly create object of the abstract class. So if you try to create object of the abstract class, you will get error saying that cannot create instance of abstract class or interface employee. So the only way to use the abstract class is by creating object of the child class, either manager or salesman. Because through the child class object, that is manager class object, you can access the fields, properties, methods of the parent class also, right? For example, employee ID, employee name, location, these are all the members of the parent class only, right? And the same parent class members are also accessible through the other child class, that is salesman. But by making the employee class as abstract class, there is no any kind of changes in the actual definition of the employee class. So the abstract class also can have all types of members such as fields, constructors, properties, virtual methods, normal methods, etc. So the main points of abstract class are two. You cannot create object of abstract class directly. You can add abstract methods in the abstract class. So in real-time applications, whenever you dedicate the parent class only to provide the common members to the corresponding child classes, but don't want to instantiate the parent class directly, in such cases, make that parent class as abstract class. This is all about abstract classes in C#. In the next lecture, we will understand abstract methods.